Hi guys, it's Laura from Travel and Teach Online FAQ, and today I'm going to talk about a typical day in the life of a DaDa teacher. Now, before I start, I just want to say a few apologies. I'm not wearing the DaDa blue. I'm not actually teaching today. My background is a bed, which is a big no-no, and the lighting is still a bit strange. I have just moved into my new apartment. I'm not really fully unpacked yet, but I promise before I start teaching it will all be sorted. I do actually have a really cool background planned. It's like a vinyl roll-up poster. It's standalone. I will make a post about that on the group because it's pretty cool, not too expensive, and it's a great way to teach if, like me, you have a big old bed in the background. This desk can't move, the bed can't move, so we had to make something work. But anyway, apologies aside, today I'll talk a little about how things work for me as a DaDa teacher. Now, currently I work Monday to Friday, sometimes do part-time at the weekend, but I'm trying hopefully to do less of that now. I originally started out with 3 contract hours a day. I have just added a few half an hours before to fit some extra students in I had over the summer, and I'm also trying to grab all the a half an hour part-time afterwards. So I'm averaging about 4 hours a day in the week at the moment, and they are mostly full with regular students. So I have about 7 or 8 regular students a day. This will just give you an idea of what I'm working with. So I'm really lucky. I live in the UK. Our lessons are from around 10:30 to, well, for me, 10:30 to 2:30-ish. So it's right bang in the middle of the day. The only problem is by 2:30 I am starving, but it's a great time because I don't have to wake up super early like you guys in the US and Canada and South America, I think, as well. So my day, I can start off pretty chill. I wake up, I have a cup of coffee, I chill and watch TV for an hour. I like to be at my computer about an hour before lessons start at least. This just gives me time to do a bit of prepare and get in the right mental headspace. It's nothing compared to when I was a teacher in a regular school. You have to be there hours before and hours afterwards. So the workload as a DaDa teacher is incredible, but I do still like to put some, spend some time preparing. So the very first thing I do every single day is I run a network and device test on the DaDa Teacher Centre. So I'm going to try and do something I haven't done before and use ManyCam to show you my desktop. So we'll see how this goes. Ooh, it's like Inception. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so on the Teacher Centre you can go here. I hope you can see this. In the top right corner it says network and devices check, and I do that every single day at the start of my shift. It checks your headset, your microphone, your internet, everything. I also run a speed test at speedtest.net and take a screenshot of that. This is all just to kind of cover my back. If there are any technical problems during the lessons, I can say, at the start of the classes I did this and it was all running fine on my end. So the first thing I always do is a network and devices check. Then what I like to do is look at the next thing I like to do is check the homework. So often students send me some homework and I'll just do quick comments on that. Then it's time to prepare for my lessons. Now, in the beginning I spent a lot more time planning and preparing and making materials. Now I have lots of flashcards and rewards and things, so it doesn't take me that long. It's more just gathering my ideas together. I have tried lots of different ways of organising and planning. Some teachers do no planning, they can just do it all in their head or improv. They can just maybe spend a few minutes looking at each lesson and getting all ideas together like that. I've never been like that. I do need some time to plan and prepare. I sometimes do it the evening before, I sometimes do it the morning of. It's just what works for me. This is my only job. I like to put everything I have into it, and it's just how I feel most comfortable teaching. If you're a teacher who can just do it off the cuff, more power to you. I really think that's amazing. I wish I could be like that maybe one day, but that's just not for me. So the next thing I do is, I'll give you one of my little tricks first. So I really hope you can see this when I do this. So what I do is I have a Google sheet like this. Okay, so all of the courseware Preschool New, Preschool Old, Long Run Express, Reach, Wonders. I have also Oxford Reading Tree, but I never wrote anything in that. All of the courseware has its own tab, and then I have the different levels at the top. And what I do when I approach a courseware I haven't taught before, I will go to the Google sheet and I will write the key language. Maybe if there's a story, I'll do a little like synopsis. I will think of maybe a song or an activity that will go really well with it, and I write the notes as if I were writing the assessment at the end of the lesson. So I do it in the past tense. This means that not only can I just copy these into my plan before the lesson starts to help remind me before each lesson what we're doing, at the end of the lesson I can also use this in my assessment report. It's just copy, paste, maybe adjust a few things if we did things a little differently, but it saves me a lot of time at the end of the lesson. So this is what I do every single new lesson. I add the key language in there so that if I ever teach it again, it's all ready to go. The next thing I do is plan. Well, so I go through each student and I find the key language keywords and I pull it out and put it in the like weekly or daily plan. So as well as a Google sheet, I have a Google document that I make every single day. Again, I'll try and show you now. So I write all of my students' names. I had 3 Elses on Friday, and the first thing I do is copy and paste the language over, and then usually each week I have 1 or 2 things that I do with most of my students. So what I did this week is actually from Kat. She has an awesome blog. I will leave it linked down below. And she makes these really cool borders. She made one that was like back to school related. I'll try and find it now. Here we go. So she made this really cool border and she posted a video on her blog about talking about the different animals and the different things they have, showing her own school bag. So I did this in my lessons too. Oh, I don't need all of the borders, all of Kat's borders all at once. So I do this too, and this is like my warm-up for the week. So in my plans for the day, I will write, today we talked about your day at school, we talked about the things we take to school and what we do. And then again I might have a reward that I use for all of my students. I just got a new Mr. Potato Head, so I just write that we use that as well to review the body parts. This means at the end of the lesson, like I said, when I'm doing the assessment, I can just copy all this over into the what we learned section. Takes no time at all. So this is what I do before classes. As I'm going through each one, I will pull out any like materials, any flashcards I need. If I haven't already got an idea, I will think of at least one game that we can play or what reward we will do. Again, I have most of these on Minicam now, so I can just, they're already prepared. So, like, I have lots of little girls called Elsa who love My Little Pony more than Elsa and from Frozen, so I do love My Little Pony a lot. So that's all prepared for me now, which is great. Obviously, I check in 20 minutes before, and then probably for the last like 15 minutes, I'm usually done at least, if not like half an hour before, so I can go and relax again. I just go on my phone, get another cup of coffee, and do whatever. I'm always at my computer 5 minutes before, ready to go. Obviously, I teach my lessons, my 7 or 8 lessons a day, and at the end I should really, I found I do my reports way faster if I just do them straight away, like clock out, check out at 2:40, 2:10, whenever, and just do the reports, but it doesn't need to happen. So what I do is I usually have like half an hour chilling, and then I grab my laptop, go to a coffee shop and do my reports there with a nice big, another third, maybe fourth cup of coffee of the day. A nice big cup of coffee takes me about, well, I use Facebook at the same time, so it probably takes me like 40 minutes, but I can do it in 20 if I just focus. And then I write my reports, and that is it. I would say I spend about an hour before classes and an hour afterwards just to comfortably relax, in like a relaxed way, do everything I need to do. Like I said, if you're in the US, you probably don't have that luxury. If you have another job, you're not going to have that luxury either. It's, you know, you've got to make it work for you. This is what works for me. I hope you had, or this gives you some ideas. If you're thinking about applying with DaDa, you are more than welcome to send me a message or leave a comment. We have the Facebook group, Teach and Travel Online FAQ, and we post lots of content there too, so come and join us if you aren't already a part of the group. Yeah, we also, if you do want to apply with DaDa, we really appreciate it if you use one of our referral links. It's free for you, you get lots of goodies from us, but we do get a little bit of a bonus from DaDa if you are hired and work for at least a month. So yeah, this is my life. I love it. I love having all that free time in the evening. Compared to my regular teaching, it's, yeah, the prep time and the everything after time is so minimal. So if you're thinking about it, I totally recommend it. Have a great day, and I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.